Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bridgerton has already been renewed through season 4 at Netflix, but the show's best story might not come until season 5, when Eloise takes the lead.
He is smiling. The Duke rarely smiles.
Bridgerton Season 2 is shaping up to be a fun second installment in the Regency-era romance series, but the show's best story might not be told until Season 5. The Netflix series seems to be following the general structure of Julia Quinn's best-selling novels, each of which tells the story of one member of the eponymous family falling in love. Season 1 adapted the first book, The Duke and I, focusing on Daphne and Simon Bassett, and Season 2 will adapt the second book, The Viscount Who Loved Me, focusing on Anthony Bridgerton. If that trend holds, Season 5 should be particularly interesting.
Lady Whistledown. Who is she? She is Madame Delacroix.
The fifth book in Quinn's series, To Sir Philip with Love, follows the Bridgerton family's second oldest daughter, Eloise. In the novel, Eloise has a courtship with the eponymous Sir Philip, the widower of Marina Thompson, who dies from health complications after trying to drown herself. It's a grim start to a romance, and one that might not work so well in the Netflix adaptation, given a few changes to the story. Marina has already been made a much more important character in the show, and it's unlikely that she'll be killed off randomly down the line.
Modeste.
Regardless of Marina's fate, Bridgerton has a lot of potentials when it comes to Eloise's own romance. Because her character is so staunchly anti-marriage, writing a convincing love story for her will be an interesting challenge. There are a lot of inherent problems with the gender dynamics of the Regency romance genre, and Eloise does a great job in Season 1 of bringing those to light. Bridgerton has done a strong job so far of playing to the strengths of its genre, but Eloise's story can completely subvert them in Season 5 in new and creative ways.
My one worthy opponent indeed.
Beyond her more progressive worldview, Eloise is also one of the most fun and compelling Bridgerton characters, in general. Claudia Jesse's performance is one of the standout parts of Season 1, and it should only get better as the story focuses more and more on Eloise. Because the Netflix series has already changed so much about Eloise's future story by altering Marina and Philip, there are several possibilities for where Season 5 could go. Philip could remain her love interest, albeit in an altered story, or she could wind up with someone else entirely. Or maybe she won't get married at all, which would make Season 5 even more interesting, since it would challenge viewers who would expect a happily ever after ending.
Has it been terrible at the house?
I've not had a caller in 3 days. My mother's...
Bridgerton has already done a good bit to tweak the tropes of the romance genre, and it will likely continue to do so through the next few seasons. However, Season 5 holds the most potential in that regard because of how different Eloise will be as a romantic lead. Regardless of her fate, the promise of her leading the story in Bridgerton Season 5 is incredibly exciting.